Okay, so this is kind of like the making of the Glimpse show, or maybe a reconstruction. I don't know, I'm kind of just gonna be breaking down like how it was made and how the future episodes will be made as well, and kind of giving different presentations of like how you can present your art in a specific way. That way you can get a better understanding of it. To Audacity, where I am creating this, and then I'll just say like, I am Karan Sanders, and this is opening night. And right there I'd say like the name of the episode. So if this is the show that I'm going to be like recreating is the Glimpse, so it'd be like, I'm Karan, and this is opening night, the Glimpse, or the introduction, or the premiere, or whatever the name of the episode is. And then I would come over here and I'll cut that, and that'll be the first piece that I put there. I'm not going to put the words, but I will put that here. Next, I would go ahead and be like, we're going to start with literary art section, and that's when this will pop up and literary arts will pop up. And then I'd be like, and we're going to go into the poetry side of things, and I'd put this here for next for the poetry. Then it'd be like, and it's going to be, and I kind of give it like a description of the poems that's going to be presented. And so in this case, it'll be like, I'll say like the name, this poem is going to be by Karan Sanders, which is me. And it'll be like and it'll say like a contrasting theme of hope and despair. And the first one is titled I Can't, so I'd put the title there. The title and the way that it looks, it doesn't have to be like this. You can have it to look any way that you want it to look. If you want a picture, if you want the title to be good, like better than that, if you, however you want it. So anyway, it'll go through, and if you want it to be read by like me, then I can read it for you. If you want it to be read by yourself or like AI, or you have somebody else that you want to read it, then just send it over however you want it to be read. If you don't want anybody to read it, you just want the person to read it in their heads, and however they interpret it is how they interpret it, that's cool too. Just send it over however anyway, and just let me know. So if you have poetry, unless they're really, really long, more than one would be perfect. You should at least send 3 or 4. The next one for me was rejecting. And so I would bring back the title, and for whatever amount of time, bring in the actual poem, see, because they can look like this as well. Have it with a picture, and then if it amplifies or contrasts, whatever it is, it's up to you. So we'd go through like all the poetry at once. We'll go into literary arts, and then it'll be like poetry, prose, and whatever else there may be. And we're going to stick in the literary arts section. I might have this like, pop up for a second again, and then, but we're going to go stay in there, but we're going to go into like a prose. And then I'll do the same thing, like this one was written by whoever, and it's titled whatever it's titled. In this case, it's titled What Are We? So I'd have, again, the title, and you can send these over however you want. And then the prose, and again, you can have whoever read it however you want it read. It's up to you. I don't really care. So next, since literary arts section will be over, you go into another section. So it'll be like visual arts. And so with visual arts, you would just have whatever it is that you have shown. So it might be like photography. So you'll see the photography thing come up. You'd probably send, again, more than one, however many, like that way you can have everything there. So it'll be like, you have this one, and just whatever, however you want it. If you want them all to kind of be the same, that's cool. If you want them different, that's cool. It's not really about like something like that. If you have a story that you're telling, then obviously you want to tell the story, but these are just some photos I took on the beach in Colorado. So not in Colorado, but and Colorado. So that's what those are. And then we'd be like, we're sticking in the same section, the visual arts section, have that pop up again. And you have the paintings there. And then it'll be like, if you have like a title for forming, like this one is called Forming, you can see that there, and Bloomed. I do actually have title cards for it, but if you have a title card, you can have the title card pop up, and it'll be like blank Forming, and then it'll have the Forming title, and then have the Forming painting, and then the same thing, and have Bloomed, and then their painting will come up. And if you want to like do like a video for these, you know what I mean? Like some people like to video their art and like kind of do like a thing, that's fine. If you want to take it from all sorts of different angles, that's fine. If you just want to straight up and down, like straight in front of you, that's fine. However you want to send your picture over for your painting, that's completely fine. So if that's everything in this episode, that's everything. But obviously there's a lot more in visual art, so we're open to like literally any type of art. So But since that'll be the end for that one, we'll go to the media arts. And so I'd say something along the lines of, now that we're finished with visual arts, we'll go into media arts, and we're going to have a short film by so-and-so and starring whoever, and, you know, written, directed, all of that stuff by whoever it is. And then we throw in the short film. If I put a clip where, like, you can tell me, like, I want you to show this part of the clip because it's interesting and it'll have other people, like, have people want to go and watch it. So if that's the case, then I'll put that clip into the show, and then I'll have, like, you know, like the little thing that pops up in the corner, the little card, and that way they can click it and go and finish that show. On the website, I'll have it embedded directly so that you're getting views, but the point is to get more views and traction onto your stuff, not just to bring them to opening night, but to also get views directly on your art as well. So anyway, it'll just be a little clip. This one isn't very long. It's just something I threw together for the sake of being able to show that there's a short film. That's my dog Kobe. So, like, after that, if there's more, we'll just keep doing that in each section. I only did like 2, 3, 4 of each, but like the goal is to have like maybe 5 to 10 people on each episode, maybe even more, you know, maybe less, depends. So like it won't always be as short as it is. Sometimes it may be much longer. Sometimes I might split them up. I don't necessarily want them to be like over 30 minutes. There's also performing arts. So there's this card from media arts, the one that says performing arts, and then we'll go into like dance or, you know, whatever. It'll pop up like that, and it'll say like dance or stand-up comedy or a monologue or whatever. On the website, I made a website video showing you all the different arts listed and how it's all going to be like look differently and presented differently, so that when you go into like media arts and you go into short films, it'll look different from you going into literary arts and going into poetry. So it'd have the end card come up, and it's just like, this was the premiere of opening night, and then you'll hear me or see me say, this was opening night, the premiere, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, or something like that. And on the website, each episode, whenever there's an episode, the website will change. I'm gonna try to get like an archive section on the website, so that like if you miss one episode, you can go back onto the website and be able to see like the archive of it, because like each episode the website's going to change, obviously, for like the new art. And so I want to have like an archive section so that people can go back and see like what the website looked like previously and all of the art that was on it at that time. I'll also have like a silent one so that the people who don't want to like have someone reading the art to them can just kind of read it for themselves and experience for themselves. I know not everyone likes tour guides or, you know, people commenting on it, so it'll just be silent, and then maybe have some soft music in the background, and you can just enjoy it however you want to enjoy it. I believe that is just about everything that I kind of wanted to show you. Thank you for watching.